Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 Abyssal Terrors run, where we are going to be checking out the new beta for the DLC, Abyssal Terrors. I've done 2 of the new classes already, so we're just going to jump in and do the third and pick out the new map, new enemies, and new items as we go. The next character is the Builder. So the Builder does start with 1 Builder's Turret. I don't know exactly what that is. Every 5 uncollected materials are converted into 1% structure attack speed and 1 structure range at the end of the wave. So if we don't pick up money, we get bonuses to our structures, but that is relatively painful because then we can't buy anything. Engineering modifications are increased by 50%, sure. 20 harvesting, can't have structures. So I think we want to get money from harvesting and not pick up materials mostly in order to use our passive is the idea here. You can't have structures. I don't know. Okay, so how do we use this? I guess we'll find out. Minus 30% pickup range, make it easier not to pick up materials. Damage modifications are reduced by 75%. Okay, so we're an engineering build, but with a weird twist. I really liked starting with brick in my last run. So I'm going to give this a shot again, because we can use the brick until it breaks, get a little bit of bonus materials. It's a very good early weapon. If it breaks right away, then that could ruin our lives, but other than that, maybe this is just the way to go. All right, I need to not pick up materials. I just did out of habit. Okay. Oh, our brick broke, so I can't kill the tree. Well, I'm just trying to pull the enemies over towards my my turret there. Let's take a look at the Builder's turret. So, this turret stats are derived from your best ranged weapons base stats. Scale with engineering. +1 projectile when you reach 30 structure range. So we need increased engineering, and we need to use ranged weapons for the Builder's turret. I see. Oh, nice. It also shows how much damage it dealt. The structure. Okay, so brick was probably not the best choice, although we did get 10 money from it, but we weren't able to kill a tree. And it turns out this character wants ranged weapons. I have to say, when it's got like a unique item like this, I wish there would be a way to look at it in the preview screen so we don't make weird decisions right off the start, but you know, that's just because I like to just jump into these things right away. I definitely want increased engineering, so we'll pick up the pencil. I don't think Ghost Scepter is the way to go for ranged weapons here. I mean, I guess I have to buy a weapon, so let's buy something. Oh, okay. Let's buy the laser gun, because I think that will give it better... Yeah, so this now copies the stats of a laser gun. That does make it attack slowly. So it doesn't use... So what if I took a submachine gun instead? So now, this weapon, this turret does less damage, but attacks really, really fast. I think I prefer that, and then we have these 3 guns. Okay, so we're learning. I don't know if this is the way to build this. Alright, not picking up materials. Really hard to break that habit, of course. I don't know if this is the correct way to build this character, but the Builder's turret will hopefully give us a decent amount of damage. Why is it only doing 1? It should be doing 3. Alright, well, I'm not sure again exactly how this works. Let's roll and see if I can get more harvesting. I can't, but I'll go grab some luck here. The level 2 submachine gun should be good, so we'll take that, and I will pick up the penguin as well, I think. That'll give us some healing. Genuinely don't know how this character is going to work. Extra projectiles when we get more range, which is very important. So this is supposed to be dealing 4 damage. It looked like it was bugged out and only dealing 1, but maybe that was the submachine gun. Okay, now it's dealing 4. Presumably I have to pick up some materials. If I pick up 0, then we're going to be just unable to buy anything in the shop. So maybe let's pick up, I don't know, up to 20 materials here. I need to get my Builder's turret to enough range that it actually kills stuff for us. Plus 8 range there. I'll take 3 more engineering. Range 419 on the turret. It's going to be so difficult to get this to enough range that it actually matters. Let's go ahead and combine for a level 2 SMG to power up the builder's turret a little more. And then I will take the plant. I'm going to roll here. I'll take coffee, I guess. Still going to be good. We can buy some lifesteal and some bonus luck on the Lost Duck. So obviously our builder's turret is pretty powerful at the moment because it scales with engineering, works really well with our submachine gun, but the short range on it is a problem. We get one lamprey this wave. It is very odd trying to figure out how we are supposed to play this character. I'll take the cake here, going up to 17 HP, and then I'm going to roll once to see if we can find some harvesting. We don't need percent damage. I guess I will take 10 luck over 5 harvesting, though. We will pick up the coffee and the penguin and just go to the next wave. I'm going to lose this run for sure, but we're just learning how the character works at the moment. It also has some... I guess it just follows the submachine gun rules because it has some projectile deviation, the builder's turret. So right now it's just shooting like a submachine gun. I think it also uses our attack speed as well because it's copying the stats of our submachine gun almost exactly. I'm going to have to check that. See if I can kill this tree. If you didn't know about trees, trees have a hard capped number of hits. I think it's 13 hits. I might be misremembering the number. Where they will die no matter how much damage you deal to them. So even though we have very weak weapons currently, we are going to be dealing more damage to... we can kill trees just by shooting them a bunch with our submachine gun. I'm going to roll here and take the harvesting. This character needs it for their economy. Level 2 laser gun will slow down the cooldown on my attacks a lot, so maybe I don't want a laser gun on this character. Currently does 8 times 2 projectiles. Attack speed of 0.13 per second, and this one is 0.42. So it's actually using a different attack speed. I think the attack speed is... oh, because we're getting extra structure attack speed from the builder. So I think it uses my base attack speed to derive the stats, but then improves that even further with the structure attack speed. So that's an interesting dynamic. Let's go ahead and pick the Lost Duck up, and maybe I just don't buy the laser gun because that will give me a ranged weapon that will eat my builder's turret's stats. And I think I would rather have it be a submachine gun than be a laser gun because submachine gun's a better weapon. Maybe I just pick up the sharp tooth just so I have another weapon, but I think I'm going to reroll and we'll just lock the coupon here. We get 75% damage modifier decrease, so it's not even worth buying the lens here. Very odd character. I do like that it has more projectiles now. I think the idea is going to be that we will get it to the point where the builder's turret can just solo the whole map. Okay, so that blobfish fired in an 8-star pattern. I'm recording this one right after I recorded the last run with the, or not blobfish, pufferfish, fired 8 projectiles in a star. I'm recording this one right after I recorded the previous run, and the pufferfish there were also sometimes doing 8 projectiles in a star. I thought it might be because they were cursed, but it looks like maybe that was just changed, because previously they were only firing 4 when they died. So I think those enemies may have just been changed in a patch and gotten tougher, or there's another mechanic there that I'm still not understanding. Take the little frog. I'll buy some max HP. Still don't want to buy a laser gun. I will, I think, take the feather. No, losing XP gain at this point is pretty painful. I don't really care about the range damage or the dodge. So let's just roll here. What if if I buy a shredder, I assume that the builder's turret can't get explosions from the shredder if I buy a level 2 shredder. Curious about that as well, but I'm going to take the lemonade. I will buy the shredder here just to see kind of what happens, because again, I don't think we're going to win this run, so I'm just trying to learn. Nail will be awesome. That's going to scale the damage of our weapons, which will then scale the damage of our builder's turret more, and we will also, of course, pick up the duct tape. I think pickup radius is actually really good in this map, because it's harder for us to pick up materials on this map. In general, is what I'm finding, just because the map is harder, so you spend more time running away from enemies. Although this character doesn't necessarily want pickup radius because we want to avoid picking up the materials, but I think we can do that just by not going near the center of the arena. Just trying to pull the enemies through my turret here. So it's still using the stats from the submachine gun, not the shredder, which makes sense, especially if it can't get explosive shots. I'm gonna need some lifesteal at some point. What a weird character. I genuinely don't know how we're supposed to build this thing. Oh, I like that it pulled the materials into... It, like, shows the graphic of pulling the materials into the turret. Gonna go ahead and just buy some more luck here, and then we will pick up the nail. I think that will scale our damage the most, and we'll get a laser gun. I just do need more weapons, so we'll pick that up as well. Love to get a level 3 ranged weapon, so we can boost our turret a little more. Obviously, what you're looking for is like a chain gun or something to make this turret really go nuts. Or a Gatling laser. I kind of like having laser guns as a secondary weapon, because that lets us still kill things while not being able to really buy damage on this character. So we're still getting some clear speed. Gonna want to buy some lifesteal at some point. This will get easier now that I know we're supposed to buy ranged weapons on this guy. So I started with a brick, which obviously didn't help that much. Okay, plus 41 for our turret there. I'm gonna take the move speed. That'll help us dodge around. A level 3 shredder is kind of interesting. I'm gonna lock that and see if that helps. I'm gonna pick up the duct tape. We are not gonna get that much money this wave, so I might just leave the alien tongue locked to make sure we can afford the level 3 shredder. Then I'm going to see what happens with the level 3 shredder. This is mostly to see if we can get explosions on the builder's turret projectiles, or if shredder and similar weapons are just always a terrible mistake to buy on the builder's turret. Kill that tree there. Got the big guy over there that lays slasher eggs. Leaving that thing alive might be an interesting strategy for some characters as well, because if you can clear the slashers effectively, that's 4 materials every time they hatch. Every time an egg hatches. So leaving that guy alive is a lot of bonus money. Assuming that you can kill the slashers quickly. Our builder's turret is doing a decent job, but not an amazing job of clearing the slashers quickly. I'm going to pick up a few materials here, because I do want to buy some items. Oh, I love that the graphic improves as it gets stronger. That's really cool. I'll take the clover here for sure. I do want lifesteal, but I think actually we're just going to build regeneration now. I'm going to take attack speed, because that will improve the attack speed of our turret from what I have seen so far. I'll take the shredder here. I'm going to lock the SMG rather than buying it, because I do want the SMG, but I want to do science and test if the builder's turret derives stats from the shredder. Oh, okay. Projectiles have a chance to explode on hit. So it does fully copy stats. That's awesome, actually. So a shredder version of the builder's turret, I think, is actually going to be really cool, because that's firing 3 projectiles, all of which have explosions. So let's maybe keep the level 3 Shredder for now, and I'm going to combine this and buy the level 2 SMG. This gives me the option to combine into a level 3 SMG and power up our builder's turret if it turns out that I think I prefer the SMG version to the Shredder version. I'll take the small fish here. I don't know if this percent damage against targets above 75% health is affected by the builder's damage modifications reduction. But I think the small fish is just a really powerful item, so I'm going to give it a try. I hope it's not affected. Okay, so the Shredder turret it's shredding. It's doing very good damage currently. Would love some structure attack speed is what we really need. If we can find improved tools, of course, if we can find Clockwork Wasp, that would be awesome. This character's so odd because you both want to pick up materials, because of course picking up materials is good, but you want to not pick up materials. Finding the balance there, I think, is going to be the challenge for playing this character. Alright, so when this blobfish dies, we're going to get a bunch of lampreys spawning. Yep. We learned that in our last run, and those will chase me. They also spawned cursed. It feels like this is probably just confirmation bias, but it feels like the lampreys have a higher chance of receiving a curse. Builder's turret getting a bunch of stuff here. Wisdom, I expect that if I buy this hurts the builder's turret, because I bet it sets stats at the beginning of the wave and then doesn't improve. So we're going to sell the wisdom. I'm going to sell padding here. Oh, wait, padding was changed. It doesn't reduce our move speed anymore. Oh, okay. We're taking the padding then. So this is a unique item, no longer one of 3, and doesn't reduce move speed. Really interesting change to padding, and now I think it's just a great item. Hadn't noticed that padding was changed previously. I am going to roll here for engineering maybe, or just take some defensive stats. I need max HP, I need armor, I need engineering. I think I need the max HP more than I need those other stats currently. Take the fish here, and then we will re-roll. Crossbow's kind of an interesting one. Goldfish. Items will be 1 tier higher after the next re-roll. So we can guarantee a higher tier item, maybe get a level 4. Let me go ahead and buy these 2 and then lock the goldfish. And we will try to use that in order to guarantee a high level item. Seems kind of cool. Alright, so our turret is now starting to really go off, our builder's turret. Let's check the stats on this thing. It's still only +2 projectiles. We need to hit even more structure range, if possible. Thinking the alien tongue was a mistake on this character, because I actually really want to not pick up materials right now. Because I really want to get my turret to more attack speed. Although the alien tongue was useful there for surviving for picking up the consumables. The fact that we have this shredder turret, this explosive turret, is helping with the horde wave a lot. The horde enemies are spawning and just dying immediately. So this is a kind of sedate horde wave right now. This guy with the buff is so brutal. I simply don't have the damage to kill it, and I don't want to go through the middle of the map to pull it into my shredder turret, because then the turret would, then I'd pick up all the materials and the turret wouldn't get upgraded. Triangle of Power, I think, is sort of the opposite of Wisdom, where, admittedly, we only get 5% damage for this, but I assume that the stats for the turret are set at the beginning of the wave and aren't going to change based on us taking hits, so we should be able to benefit from Triangle of Power with the bonus percent damage. Here, I'm just going to start building defensive stats, I guess. Build some dodge. And Sunken Bell, that could be a useful tool for staying alive. Let's go ahead and buy the goldfish here. And then I'm going to reroll. Take our goldfish reroll and see if we can get a high-level item. We got a level 4 shredder. That's going to be a pretty big deal for improving the power level of our turret. Getting our weapon up to level 4, so definitely going to buy that. Doesn't have critical hit chance on this. Oh, no, it does. Okay, so, yeah, I guess we do want to buy critical as well, because the builder's turret can crit. We're learning still. Breaking the trees over there, killing the dinner plates. I mean, these are clams, I guess. It is funny that all of these enemies have, like, actual... They have sort of natural names because they are mostly real, actual, living creatures that have been sort of translated into Brotato art. Oh, we got another achievement and an unlock. Okay, so the lampreys are dangerous. I want to pull them towards the turret, but because they follow me directly, enemies that kind of follow you directly are, I think, the most dangerous for this character. Take the clover again. I'll take a spicy sauce. Sure, we need the HP. We will take the shredder. For sure, upgrade this to a level 4 shredder. That's the most important thing. And then I'm actually just going to lock this entire shop. Both Tentacle and Cog are going to be good. I would prefer the... To be honest, I'd prefer if we could find like a rocket launcher or something over the shredder. But we do have a bunch of explosive weapons, so there's a decent chance that we find rocket launcher. Obviously, the best things for the builder's turret would be high-level weapons. Like, if you get a nuke launcher on this thing, it's going to be ridiculous. It does feel a little bit like my turret is sort of playing the game for me, and I'm just hiding in the corner. With this character, it's a fun character to explore. The gameplay is not as dynamic as some of the other new characters so far. Definitely want to buy as much attack speed and crit chance as you can, because that will scale your builder's turret without hitting the damage penalty. So we'll take the claw tree here for crit chance. Capping my speed at 10 I think is fine. We can always run through our turret to have it protect us, and the regeneration is good, and the engineering is really good. The range, I don't know if that affects the turret. Let's go ahead and take 2 armor here. Because the turret gets additional range, structure range, but it has a base range of 450. Yeah, so it looks like you want long-ranged weapons on this as well, because it's going to inherit the base range of the weapon, and you want to buy range. So we should keep that in mind as we are looking for items to purchase. I'm going to buy the Tentacle and the Cog, and then I think Sunken Bell might be too expensive for this character that just gets no money, so I'm actually going to roll past it here. 3 attack speed, -1 elemental damage. Obviously, explosion size. This is the real benefit. I don't think saltwater really does much for us. 3% attack speed for 121. I don't think we can afford. I actually think I do not like 10% speed when you take damage, because it's going to make your character unpredictable. And when you take damage is exactly when you don't want your character to start moving unpredictably. Ouch. Gotta dodge these chargers, because if we take all this damage, we still don't have a ton of healing or defensive stats. This character, of course, suffering in terms of just raw stats, because our economy is so poor, since we're putting all our money into our turret. I love how big it is. The turret just looks so ridiculous. Let's check the thing. Okay, so the turret has maxed out. It will still continue to get... it'll still continue to get structure attack speed and structure range, but it's not going to get any more projectiles, it looks like. We've reached the turret final form. That means I probably should just start picking up a bunch of money. The attack speed and range, of course, is important, but we do need enough defensive stats we need enough money that we can actually continue to buy defensive stats on this character. Take 1 armor, because 21 to reroll is really painful. Another treasure map would be nice. Let's take the explosive and the treasure map and roll. Fin can give me lifesteal. We'll definitely take engineering. We'll take the fin as well. I guess capped movement. Our movement speed's capped, so we don't want the fin. Horde Wave should be good for us with the Shredder version of the turret. I think there's also a fun thing where you can keep, and I've already done this once, you can keep uncombined items of some versions of items, so that you can then switch what weapon your turret is using when you are going into a wave where that weapon is going to be especially good. Like for an elite wave, maybe you want this turret to be an obliterator, so you could keep 2 level 3 obliterators and then combine them to a level 4 for the elite wave, and then sell them afterwards. Or for a horde wave, maybe you want it to be a shredder, so you keep some low-level shredders, and then you can combine it so that it can fire shredder shots for you. Very cool dynamic with this item. Starting to think maybe we won't lose our first run. At least we've gotten much further than I expected to when I realized I had just completely misunderstood how this character was going to work. I'll take the book here. Medical gun. So I don't know if this inherits lifesteal. We currently have negative lifesteal. If the builder's turret does inherit lifesteal, then you definitely want to build lifesteal on this character. Reinforced steel is going to be good, even though this is only 0.5 range damage. It's still good scaling, and the engineering, of course, is good for us. I love the range on this thing. So now, actually, if I stand in the middle of it, nothing's going to get close, right? Because now the turret just does enough damage and has enough range. Uh-oh. It's not shooting the tower. Okay, I killed the tower. So on this wave, I do need to pay attention to those towers, otherwise we're going to get a mini-boss spawn. And our turret is good. I don't know how good it is at killing bosses, because Shredder is not typically a good weapon for killing elites and bosses. And the mini-boss could be really dangerous to this build. But now if I stand right in the middle here, our turret, I'm not stealing money from the turret, because it's killing everything outside the radius of where I could pick it up. Okay, we did get the boss spawn. The turret did kill the mini-boss there. Oh, and another one showed up right at the end, which probably would have killed me, but luckily the wave ended right on time. I'm going to reroll here and take 3 armor. We really, really need defensive stats. More attack speed, great. Let's roll. Bandana can give us Pierce, which I assume the turret will inherit as well, and that's going to be awesome. So we'll definitely pick up the bandana. And then let's see how it goes against an elite. Trying to run away from it and pull the elite over the turret. We've got a dodge there, which was important. Currently do not have much healing, and very low max HP. So while the turret is very good for wave clear, it's not great at keeping me alive. And with only 10% movement speed, it's kind of hard to dodge. I am glad that we got an elite that seems to be a pretty easy pattern for this character. It just kind of wanders around rather than following us directly. So this elite was much easier for us overall than other elites. Also, big mistake there from me, obviously. I should not have picked up that full heal crate when I was at full health. There was no reason to do that. And that could put me in danger if I take a bunch of damage and don't have a way to heal up. Continuing to power up the turret. Broken Mouth is huge. Oh, wow. Explosive Shells. This is really huge. This is only 15% explosion damage, because this does get affected by the damage reduction, but still a huge increase to damage output for us. I don't really need another high-level shredder. Let's go ahead and pick up the bandana. I guess I'll take the lumberjack shirt, can help us kill trees. And Pearl, this will give us only 2% damage, but that's still nice, and it can kind of duplicate itself as we find more crates. So even this late in the run, I think Pearl is going to be pretty good. Our shredders are starting to have a little bit of... Our shredder turret is starting to have a little bit of trouble with single target damage, but the pierce on the shredders is helping a lot. Ouch. One downside is that it doesn't seem to get additional projectiles from the shredder's additional projectiles. The builder's turret is firing 4 projectiles, and it's got +3. And shredder has inherently multiple projectiles. Oh wait, no. I'm mixing that up with taser, actually. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Taser inherently has multiple projectiles. I don't know how it will work, how this, how the builder's turret would work with a taser. Ouch. We might be dying here because I simply don't have the healing to survive at the moment. That is proving to be very problematic, the level of healing that we don't have on this character. Robot arm, we would get 3 engineering from it at the cost of 1 HP. Is that better than 70 materials? I think not. I'm gonna just recycle this. I will take the regeneration here, because I just need healing. We can't get to positive lifesteal. I will buy the pearl. I'll roll again. We've got 4 piercing on our shredders. Yeah, so Shredder has... when I bought the bandana, I sort of forgot that Shredder has inherent piercing. So the bandana wasn't that important. It's still helpful, but not super important. I was thinking... I had it backwards in my head where I was thinking Shredder has multiple projectiles, not multiple pierces. Take the reinforced steel there for more bonus damage. And then I think we are going to want to go to a level 4 SMG for the boss fight. That'll be better than the level 4 Shredder. So we're going to go ahead and lock this level 3 SMG. Then we can combine these two by the level 4. And then we'll be able to have our turret be better at killing elites and bosses, hopefully. Hiding inside the turret here. This is a very cool character conceptually. I don't know how... I mean, I'm enjoying it. I think it's a little less fun than some of the others from the sense of, like, we just don't get a lot of shop items, and what's enjoyable about this game is making decisions. So I feel like there aren't that many decisions to make when playing this character. But it's still a fun character. I'm still having fun with it. Peaceful Bee... 4% dodge, I guess is worth taking for minus a quarter of a ranged damage. That seems fine. Take this, and I will then take 3 armor. Go ahead and buy this level 3 submachine gun. So let's go combine. And then if I combine these, does it still use the shredder or does it use the SMG? Right now it is using the SMG. Shooting at 1.33 per second. And the submachine gun is shooting at 1.13 or 0.113 seconds. I don't know why it is slower than our level 4 submachine gun. That seems a little bit odd because it should have a ton of projectile attack or a ton of structure attack speed in addition to my submachine gun's stats. So it's weird that it is using the... It's weird that it seems not to be gaining the SMG's attack speed. This is probably a bug. I think it should be shooting much faster than this. Because it should be using the submachine gun's base attack speed and then increasing that by a massive percentage. Yeah, 656%. So wait, am I just reading this wrong? Or maybe we got like a buffer overflow? But no, yeah. We'll see if this tooltip is wrong or if I'm just misunderstanding something. But I think it should be shooting much faster than this. So I probably hurt the damage of my builder's turret a lot by buying the submachine gun because it's potentially bugged. I'm not entirely sure why this is going to be shooting slow. If indeed it is. Looks like it's not, though, actually. So I think that tooltip is just bugged. So we're just going to run away from the bosses. I am taking a huge percentage of my life, though, every time I tank a hit. So I need to be very careful to dodge. Did that guy just teleport on me, or was I just not paying attention to where it was? I think maybe the boss just teleported at me. So I think that tooltip was bugged somehow, just not showing how fast the turret should be attacking. Because it is attacking as quickly as you would probably expect it to. Trying to scoop up some consumables there. We have killed one of the bosses, which is good. This one is following me around, so I need to pull it into my turret. Got a lucky percent dodge there, which is huge for us surviving this. Oh, the percent dodge saved me. No! Oh, I was so close. That was very poor dodging by me at the end there. I really needed to play more around the turret. I think that swapping to the submachine gun turret may have been a mistake. It seems like it decreased the damage output dramatically compared to the shredder turret. Even though I don't think it should have, but we probably should have just been looking for a ranged weapon that actually would have killed the boss. We would want to get one of a higher single target damage ranged weapon, or a fancier ranged weapon, like a nuclear launcher or something along those lines, in order to make the builder's turret as effective as possible. It's interesting to imagine how this would work with like elemental damage weapons, because you could have the builder's turret that's like a flamethrower that sets everything on fire. That could be really fun. Overall, interesting character. I will probably just come back to this one offline because we got to wave 20, so I showcased the character in a reasonable way. But the builder's turret, I think, is a really cool item to play around, and I look forward to experimenting with it more. We also unlocked the Diver, who starts with a harpoon gun to pull enemies towards you. Melee damage, HP regen for melee damage. Enemies take 300% more damage for 3 seconds when hit by ranged damage, and double enemy health. Okay. So basically, you pull enemies towards you with the harpoon gun and then whack them, is the idea behind the Diver. Interesting character. Looking forward to trying that one out. So I'm looking at the builder and the mistakes we made in terms of whether we won that run or not. The main one, I think, honestly, was just dodging badly in the last wave. Still not used to the boss patterns, so that will come with time, of course, that sort of skill set. But also, increased pickup range from the little frog and the alien tongue was a mistake. It made it harder for me to build the builder's turret up early. And I really needed to be much more focused with what I bought, because this character is so cash-strapped, especially in the early game. We probably don't need 6 weapons unless we're doing a lifesteal healing setup. So we upgraded some weapons that we didn't need to upgrade. The level 4 SMG, I'm still not 100% sure it wasn't bugged and doing less damage than it should, because I feel like it should have killed the elites pretty quickly, or killed the bosses pretty quickly, and it didn't. Given the attack speed that it should have had with plus 656% attack speed. And the tooltip here is obviously bugged. But I'm curious to see whether that was working properly or not, and if so, if there's like a minimum speed or a maximum attack speed that it can have, how that changes the decision as to what weapon you use with the builder's turret. All right, my friends, hope you enjoyed this run, and we will definitely take another crack at this one at some point. As always, of course, if you have enjoyed this video, feel free to hit like and leave a comment. Helps me out with the algorithm, and you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, my friends. I'll catch you next time.